All right, back at it. These are the guided notes. These are posted on the assignment sheet. You can print these out if you have the ability to do that and fill them out. If not, you can just, take them on a blank piece of paper, write as we go. So whatever's easiest for you. Okay. This is kind of a lot of information in one thing, but it's all review. Okay. I'm hoping that as we go through this, you will just start to realize how much you remember. Okay. All right. So first is the slope formula. All right. The slope is, of course, rise over run, change in y over change in x. Okay. So to do that, what we do is we've got y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. So what the twos and the ones mean is what point is it coming from? Okay. So this is y2, y of the second point, minus y of the first point, over x2, x of the second point, minus x1, x1, x of the first point. Okay. So if I was finding the slope between these 2 points, okay, I would take, let me change colors. I would take y2, 1, minus y1, 4, over x2, 8, minus x1, 5. So what I've got is negative 3 over 3, which is, of course, a slope of negative 1. Okay, negative 1, that'd be down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Okay, over here, again, x2, 10. y2, 10, minus y1, 2, over x2, 1, minus x1, negative 3. Notice how I kept track of my negative signs. I had a minus and then a negative 3. Minus negative, of course, can turn into one big old fat plus sign. So I'm left with 10 minus 2 is 8 over 1 plus 3 is 4, which also reduces to a slope of 2. All right. Pretty easy so far. All right. Now, what different forms of lines, okay? Slope-intercept form. That's what you're used to doing. It's called slope-intercept form because the numbers that are in the equation are the slope and the intercept. So hence the name, okay? That's y equals mx plus b, okay? Where, of course, m right here is your slope and b is your y-intercept. Always just write y-inter. Okay, so write each equation in slope-intercept form, which basically means just get the y by itself, okay, and then identify the slope and y-intercept. So here, I want to get this y by itself. So the first thing I need to do is add my 2x to the other side since it's negative. So I have y equals 1 plus 2x. Okay, the slope is the number that's connected to the x. The y-intercept is the constant or the number that has no x value attached to it. Okay, so to graph something that's in slope-intercept form, what I do is I start at the intercept. The intercept here is positive 1. So I start on the y-axis since it's the y-intercept, and I put a dot at positive 1. Now, the 2 is the slope. Okay, rise over run. If you want to make it look like a fraction to help you remember, that's fine. Okay, positive 2 over 1. Here's a tip, okay? Positive slopes go up and to the right. So a lot of times when I ask you, okay, then where does a negative slope go? People say down and to the left. Okay, but watch this. Here's a line that's going up and to the right. Okay, that has positive slope. If I go like this, same line, down and to the left. Up and to the right and down and to the left is the same thing. That's the point. Okay, so when you're talking about graphing lines or positive and negative slopes, all lines run to the right. That's all you should think about. They all run to the right. Negative or positive slopes go up and to the right. Negative slopes go down and to the right. Okay, so this is positive 2 over 1. That's up to right 1, up to right 1. You could also go down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. I would appreciate it if you would have at least 3 points for every line that you graph. Okay. Here in number 4, we can fill this out. The m is 2, the b is 1. Here in number 4, I want to get the y by itself. I need to divide by 3. And when I divide by 3, I need to divide everything by 3. So the y is now by itself equals, was originally here, of course, a negative 1. So it would be negative 1/3 x plus 4. Okay, so of course my y-intercept is 4. My slope is negative 1/3. I start at the y-axis at 4. Since it's negative, I'm going down and to the right. All lines run to the right. Down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, or up 1, left 3. And now I connect my dots. Whoa, that was a bad line, but you get the point, okay? Connect the dots. All right, moving right along. Point slope form. Point slope form is called point slope form because the information in point slope form is a point and the slope. So again, these names make very common sense. That is y minus y1 equals m parenthesis x minus x1. Okay, now m is still slope, okay? But you're only going to plug in for the m, the y1, and the x1. The regular y and regular x just stay as those letters, okay? X1 is any x value point that you know is on the line, and y1 is its respective y value point that's on the line, okay? Notice that there's minus signs in this. That's what trips people up a lot, okay? So when I write something in point slope form with this number 5 with a slope of 1/2 and a 0.14, okay, I write y minus. And then I look for what y value is given because this minus sign is in the equation. So y minus, the y value is 4, equals the slope, 1/2, times the quantity x minus, and the x value they give me is 1. Okay? And that would be point slope form. Okay? Number 6. Okay? Again, y minus, the y value is 3, equals the slope value, negative 3/4, parenthesis, x minus, and the x value is negative 4. Now, notice again how I kept track of my minus signs. Minus negative turns to a plus. Okay, what if they ask you to take this thing in point slope form and transition it to slope intercept form? Okay, all you need to do is distribute and then get the y by itself. So if I wanted to, it's not asking me, I'm just showing you this. It's not asking me to do this, I'm just showing you. Okay, if you were asked to do that, you would distribute. So you still have your y minus 3 equals negative 3/4 times x is, of course, just negative 3/4 x. Negative 3/4 times 4 is negative 3. So look, I have that y equals mx plus b look over here. Now I just have to get the y by itself, add 3. So I have y equals negative 3/4 x plus 0. No reason to write plus 0. Of course, this doesn't always happen where these two cancel each other out. That was just a coincidence. Okay. All right, write in slope intercept form. Okay. To do this, what you want to do is write the information that you have. So slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So you know that the slope is 2. Y equals m, which is 2, x plus b. Now, we don't know the y-intercept, but we do know an x and a y value that we can plug in. So I know that a y value is 1 equals 2 times, I know that the x value is 3, and now I can solve for that missing b. So I know that 1 equals 6 plus b. When I minus 6, I get that negative 5 is equal to b. So I know now that the equation of my line is y equals 2x. Since it says since it's a negative 5, it's going to be y equals 2x minus 5. Okay, same thing here for number 8. All right, so again, let me switch your color here. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus b. I don't know the b, but I do know a y. Negative 2 equals negative 1/3 times, I know an x, negative 6 plus b. So negative 2 equals negative 1/3 times negative 6 is 2 plus b. So when I subtract the 2, I get that negative 4 is equal to b. So now the final answer of this equation is y equals negative 1/3 x minus 4. Now, if they give you 2 points, you just need to find the slope and then use the point to do what we just did. Okay. The only way that number 9 is different is that instead of telling you the slope and giving you a point, they want you to find the slope by yourself. So again, y2, 2, minus y1, 9, over x2, 6, minus x1, negative 1, minus negative turns to a big old fat plus. That's negative 7 over 7. So the slope, the m, is negative 1. So I know that my equation is y equals negative 1x plus b. I can use either point to find that b. I can use either point. I'm just going to use, actually, I'll use the second one because it's stay away from that negative number. So I've got 2 equals negative 1 times 6 plus b. So that's 2 equals negative 6 plus b. So 8 equals b. So my answer is y equals negative 1x plus 8. I know this video is longer. Sorry, there's a lot of information. Okay. Y-intercept is where the line crosses the, x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. Y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-intercept. To find any intercept, okay, all you got to do is plug 0 in for the other letter. Okay, here's why that is so you understand. Any y-intercept, for instance, this point right here is 0, 4, or this point right here is 0, 1. So all y-intercepts have an x value of 0. All x-intercepts, for instance, this right here, 2, 0. This right here, 6, 0. All x-intercepts have a y value of 0. Okay, so all intercepts, by definition, the other value is 0. That's what makes them an intercept. That's what puts them on that line. So that's what you do to find them. Okay, if I want to find the x and y intercept and then graph of this line, to find the y-intercept, I plug 0 in for x. 0 minus 4y equals negative 4. Don't need this 0, so negative 4y equals negative 4. Divide by negative 4. And I get that y equals 1. So my x value was 0. My y value was 1. 0, 1 is my y-intercept. Find the x-intercept. Okay, plug 0 in for y. Plug 0 in for y. X minus 4 times 0 equals negative 4. Well, this is gone, so x equals negative 4. The x value is negative 4. The y value is 0. And then just connect your dots, and that's a graph. Now, look, because 0 cancels things out, this is a quick way you can do this. If I want to find the y-intercept, okay, I'm going to plug 0 in for x. Well, you know what that does? To find the y-intercept, I just go like this. Just cross out the x part and solve for y. So the y equals 2. The x was 0. The y value is 2. Okay. If I want to find the x or the x-intercept, then I'll just cancel out or plug 0 in for y, which is the same thing as just canceling out the y part and solve for x. X equals 5. So it was 5, 0. Okay. Are we done? Are we done? Make a scatter plot, describe the correlation. Okay. Correlations. And then we'll be done. Okay. 3 types of correlation. If as x gets bigger, y gets bigger. See how as my x values are getting bigger, my y values are getting bigger? This is positive correlation. Okay? It's going up and to the right. It can also be thought of as looking as if it has positive slope. Okay? Negative correlation is as my x's get bigger, my y's get smaller. So notice as my x's got bigger, my y's got smaller. Or another way to think about it is it appears that it generally has negative slope. And if it's just random, if there seems to be no pattern to its movement, that's no correlation. Okay? All right. And topics can be positively or negatively correlated. For instance, like the correlation between working out and amount of weight you're able to lift. The more you work out, the more weight you would be able to lift. So as you worked out more, you were lifting more weight. That's positive correlation. They both were getting bigger. How about working out compared to body weight? The more I work out, like if I'm working out to lose weight, that's the point. The more I work out, I will probably lose weight. So the more I work out, the less I will weigh. That's negative correlation. That's it. See you guys.